This will mark the beginning of media number 2 in the deposition of Ellen Pollack. We're going to go back on the record at 1:42 p.m.
Are we ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Has Sterling Green destroyed any records that were compiled or created during the time Tom Olson was on the board of directors?
No,
Are homeowners at Sterling Green allowed to vote by proxy?
yes,
And can proxy holders physically turn in the proxies at Sterling Green election meetings?
I don't know.
Were the proxies that Tom Olson had with him when he tried to attend the March 2020 board meeting, were those submitted along with the other votes? Were they counted?
Objection form, do not answer that question. We're not going into anything 2 years after the events of this case.
Okay.
I would note that that question raises a relevant issue, not only because they go to the motive and prejudice of one of the plaintiff's witnesses, but they also go to one of the affirmative defenses of Olson, which is the doctrine of unclean hands.
You're wrong.
Nevertheless, moving on. Did anyone ever tell you Joshua Williams was a certified public accountant?
You've already asked that question.
When the board decided to have Mr. Williams perform an audit, why did the board decide to have Mr. Williams perform an audit?
We needed an audit.
Why did it need an audit?
Mainly because to see what Olson had done.
And how would it help Sterling Green in connection with what Olson had done?
Fraudulently using,
I'm sorry, fraudulently using, and then your audio cut out.
the money.
And once the audit helped it identify what Olson did, what did the board intend to do with that information?
What did it do?
What did it intend to do with that information?
Show proof.
In the lawsuit?
Yeah.
Can you identify any entities or persons who have performed audits of Sterling Green other than Joshua Williams?
No.
Did Sterling Green use the audit report? Strike that. Once Sterling Green received the audit report of Mr. Williams, how did it make use of the information contained in the report?
I've already answered that question.
I have to object as non-responsive.
I think it was asked differently, Ellen, if you know the answer to that question, and I'd ask Peter to re-ask it.
Peter re-ask.
What did Sterling Green do with the information contained in the audit report once it received it?
What did we do?
Yes.
We looked at it, we checked it out, see what was done.
Anything else?
Nope,
And when you say Sterling Green checked it out, how did it do that?
you look at the paper, you look at what's done.
You look at the paper and see what's done.
Yes,
Did Sterling Green make an attempt to verify the figures, the accuracy of the figures in the audit report?
yes.
Which Sterling Green person or director or employee did that?
I did. Other people did that was on the board.
How did you do that?
Down and you look at stuff. That's how you do it.
So the audit report contains an assertion that expenditures were higher during the April to July 2018 period than in the April-July period in prior years. Did you do anything to confirm that assertion?
I don't understand the question.
I'll rephrase. The report of Mr. Williams contains an assertion that the expenditures of Sterling Green were higher from March to July 2018 than they had been during the March-July period in prior years. Did you do anything to verify that assertion?
Yes,
What did you do?
checked it out, realized that there was money being spent
And
without authority.
what documents did you review to verify that assertion?
The bank account.
Anything else?
There was no receipts. We couldn't do the receipts.
Anything else?
Not that I can recall.
Did you ever learn that? Strike that. We will reserve the balance of our questions for trial.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Pollack.
You're welcome.
I don't have anything I'll reserve to the time of trial. Thank you. You can leave the meeting per se if you want.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Stephanie, do you want to put anything on the record?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay,
Mr.
this will mark the end of media number 2 and concludes today's deposition. We're going off the record at 1:51 p.m.